Good morning, everyone. Let me wait for a minute. So, so let me start the session. So, anything practiced or any doubts till now? Okay, let me proceed. Let me share my screen. Okay, so today's session we are going to discuss about the concept called NTP. Okay, see in the last session we discussed about some of the aspects. Okay, so this is also one of the network protocol over internet. We are creating the one of the transformation, nothing but for the data movement we are using under data syncing, especially this particular device, this particular NTP we are using for the purpose of date. For example, when you trigger the date command, the date command, it is showing that, for example, February 9th, Monday, 7:30, 4:38 minutes, seconds, AM, IST 2026. So coming to here, so as of now, my particular server syncing with my Windows server. So whatever the timings are there, that is which time zone it is replicating. So coming to the production environment. So the production environment, for example, you are supporting for the US client, you are supporting for the UK client. The timings are going to be changed. Like we are having PST, CST, IST, okay, different type of the time zones will be there. So every time zone replicating the country and the way they are placing. So right now, what is our requirement means, for example, let it be, there is a one client will be there. So let it be, there is a one client staying in US. Okay. So this client consisting of some of the servers. Let it be, this is, you think of that, this is a HDFC bank. Okay, in on-site. So this person having the some set of the servers. Right now, all the customers from this particular business. So all the customer from this particular business are also from the particular region only. Particular region only. So now what exactly the requirement it is? For example, this guy installed the HDFC application. So this is existing on USA. Just think of that this existing on USA. So whenever the time is going to be happen, for example, simple example I'm saying, whenever you people are doing any kind of transaction, for example, internet banking. So internet banking, you are trying to enter the username and password. Okay. So what exactly the happen is, I intentionally or by mistakenly, I perform 3 times wrong password. 3 times wrong password. So once I tried the wrong password, this is one of the interaction. Second thing is that let it be I have a debit card or credit card. So due to the some of the issues or network issue or whatever may be, I completed 3 wrong attempts. Let it be just assuming it is a 3 only, because most of the times our attempts will be there for the 3 only. So 3 times I wrong punch it or wrongly enter the password. So right now I got a one pop-up stating that wait for the next 12 hours or 24 hours. So once the night means once the day, when the day will be changing, okay, night 12 o'clock. So night 12 o'clock, when the day is changing, then your system will going to be resume. Your system is going to be resume and your application clear failure logs. Then user will get a access. So this is a quite common, whether you are staying in India, whether you are staying in US or whatever it may be. This is a quite common area. But the thing is that why the time is matter here. For example, your servers are staying in USA and the customers also they are taking care of USA only. So they are following the time zone called let it be PST, Pacific timings. So how we are having IST? So usually CST, IST, okay, KST. There is a some of the time zones will be there. So based on the time where the persons are staying, so based on that, the things are going to be changed. So right now, the person is staying in USA. So his time zones are EST, means he's staying into the particular region. Approximately, now the thing is that all the customers who are staying into the particular area is supposed to be go with a particular agenda. Nothing but the time syncing process also go with a US application only. For example, when compared to the US to India, approximately some 12 hours gap will be there. Let it be your server is into the IST, but your applications are reporting USA. Then this is going to be mess up activity. Means your time is not syncing. So due to that, there is a lot of the issues coming to the picture. So that is the reason what the people are going to do. It means they're going to go with the one phenomena of that always the server's time should sync up with the whatever the time zone they are residing. So due to that, in production companies, what they are doing means they will make it as one master server. This master server, they are considering whether this is a USA or India or UK, whatever it may be. So they will consider whatever the master server is there. From this server to always they will be sync up the time zones. Nothing but make sure in booting process, BIOS process, how we are checking the file systems, everything is perfect or not. So in the same way, here also we are going to validate everything is fine or not. Nothing but whatever the time zone is, whatever the time zone is you are into that, it is perfect or not is going to be validated. So what is our roles and responsibility coming to the our engineer side? Nothing but system admin side. So being a system admin, I need to take care of always my server sync with time zone or master server. So When the syncing is happening, then only things will be going to be smooth. If syncing is not happening, means your application team will going to be raise the concern. So whatever the application we are using, it is showing whenever if we are seeing that okay, internet banking on top right or left corner, you will see the time zone also. Nothing but what is the time and which time zone you logged in. Everything it will showcasing in IST, PST, CST, whatever the format it is. So the user will going to be raise a complaint. I'm in USA, but my time zone is reflecting Indian standard timings, or my time zone is reflecting UK time standard timings. So this going to be, it is not clear syncable. So what the ticket, they will raise the ticket that it will comes to us, then we are going to do the troubleshooting. So that is the reason. This is when coming to the application prospect. So this is one of the major component which we need to be take up. So let me proceed how we are going to be do the in real time. So the purpose of the NTP. So whether you are using the Ubuntu, whether you are using the okay Linux, Oracle Linux, whatever it may be, based on your operating system, the name convention or changes. For example, some of the operating system we are calling as NTP. Some of them we are calling as a chrony. Okay, so some of them we are calling as a chrony. Both are the same thing only. Like when sometime back, whenever we discussed about the Apache. So Ubuntu we are calling as a Apache. Linux flavors and most of the flavors we are calling as a HTTP. So both are same only. That's the name convention only changes. So here also that's the same thing. The purpose and the thing is everything is quite same, but the only name convention only changes. So the name convention, how it will going to be changes. And based on your operating system, always you need to be validated whether which package is installed on your operating system. So whether it is a cronny or NTP. So the purpose is very clear. It always keep your server sync and make it clear, accurate NTP server. Nothing but it will always thinking that it should be accurate. Time zone will be there. And the secondary thing is that when you are dealing with any kind of operating system, so first of all, we need to go through that whether which services belongs to that. So you can trigger this command also, systemctl command grep-a. You are searching for NTP or chrony or time synced. Some of the operating system, instead of both, it will be there as a time synced. So both three are the same objectives only. There is no differences here. Always we need to be consider it is related to the time related. So there is a one more command, the ps-ef egrep. So the egrep command will help you to search for the more than one component. Grep we are using for the one component, but egrep we are using for the more than one component. It is for the searching. So the search for that, whether which one is you are having. I could see that I'm not finding any details with the NTP. At the time of searching, service level, process level. So that is the reason I can identify my server. In my server, by default, it is supporting the cron. So once cron is existed, then what type of the troubleshootings? For example, if you want to check the status, for example, if you want to check the status of the time is syncing or not, we are using the command called time date CTL. Time date CTL status. So this command will help you to, it is mentioning your system clock is synchronized or not. Means it is synchronized because I don't have any master server right now. The master server, it will take you that whatever the my Windows laptop is existed. It is considering as my Windows laptop time zone as a okay master. It is by default, it is syncing. So here it is always supposed to be yes. So in production environment also, the application team guys are they will come up with a query. The time is not syncing with the NTP server. So in the time, what we are going to do it, we are going to validate with some kind of the requirement. Okay. So the purpose is very clear when you are dealing with that one. So always you need to mention what is the time synchronized, yes or no. It's supposed to be there. Some of the cases is it's supposed to be no. It is no means it is not synchronization. Means your server will be with time zone and your application will be different time zone. It is not syncing. So how you are going to correct it? So the correction will be happening by using the okay. So these are the coming like a chronic sources hyphen v. So the command called chronic sources hyphen v means from where your server taking the implementation. It is syncing. So if you can see that here, these are the IPs. It is your server is syncing. So this is based on the your operating system and your Windows. It is will be sync up. Means some of the cases the client will ask you that what are the sources are there. So right now you can ignore this one. So in production environment, you will be have the one master server. That master server IP, that master server net mask, that master server any shortcut names, it will be displaying here. For example, the client is looking for the which master server means just to know that what are the sources from where it is going to be happening. And the next command is chronic tracking. So the chronic tracking command will help you out too. Okay, is everything is fine? How much of the delay is happening from the original time to current time? Okay, each and everything it will going to be checked out. For example, if you can see that here, right now my time is that it is showing that 7:49. 7:49 and 19 seconds. But coming to here, there is a little bit of delay will be happening 0.05452 seconds. Means this much of the seconds will be there. See less than a 1 minute. Okay, less than a which is less than a 1 minute, we can ignore. That is not an issue. But more than a 1 minute, we need to be consider. So more than a 1 minute, we need to be always we need to be think upon. So right now it is into the 0.05 seconds, means it's a very minor value. So right now, okay, the value is that this is the one, and you need to make sure that always your time day should be into the S format. So if it is S means you don't have an issue. So once it is done, then you are going to be perform the like some of the cases what it will going to be happen means okay. So as I said you earlier sometime back, your service is not enabled. Okay, your service will be not enabled into the booting prompt. So by default it will be operating system will enable. So let it be. So right now it is showing active. Okay, and it is enabled. So most of the cases what it will be going to be happen means after you done the patching to the server. Okay, so most of the times, okay, so it will be into the off state. So the user will come up, our application team will come up with a request. It is not syncing at all. It is not syncing at all. In the time what we need to go it. So we need to perform the some of the actions. So what does those means? We are going to perform the syncing process once again. Nothing but we are going to start and stop the process, and we are enabling automatically the service is enabled, and it will going to be sync up with the your client and server. So this is also one of the thing. So another thing is that some of the cases it will be going to be okay. Check it out. So the command will help you out. Okay, whether your 200K is nothing but whether whatever the time is syncing up. it is successful or not. Just it is nothing but command wise we are showing it is 200K. But if you want to in detail means, as I said you earlier, time date CTL is the one of the command you have to be go up. Okay. So let me think up a test tracking and let me register the service. Let me check it out. One track. Yeah. So if you can see that here, so in the above case, earlier, my service was in syncable. Okay. So what I done, let it be, I went with some of the practicals. So I enable the service into the boot level. And after that, I check the status, it is running. Okay, it is properly running. So due to at the time of enabling or something, my particular service is not into the syncable state. Okay, so let it be the now the client is came with this error. Means the server is not syncing with the client. So whenever you got this type of the client, first of all, you need to check the status of the particular service, time, date, CTL status. So this command will check it out. And the next thing is that chronic sources. From there, the server is syncing up. The server is syncing up with these are the master servers. It is syncing up. And later on, go with the tracking. And you need to only option is that you have to restart the service. So 99 cases of the time, your service will be having some issue. So we need to stop and start the service. You need to enable the service. Automatically, your server will be going to be in track. So this is a very minor. And but the thing is that when you are dealing with especially application teams, you are going to get this type of the issues automatically. Okay. And there is some of the cases, as I said you earlier, it is not real, it is not added into the firewall also. For example, let it be this is a new server. Okay. So this particular service is not added into the firewall. The firewall also blocking. Okay, because you are connecting to the some of the client. The client also it is need to be connected means it's supposed to be have a methodology. So that is the reason it's supposed to be connectable. Okay. So any doubts?
No, no.
So this is will be having all things just to go through it. And the next thing is that so we discussed about user management, right? When we discussed about the user management, there is one more concept called sudo privileges. So what is a sudo? Why we are using the concept called sudo privileges? The sudo is a stands for the super user can do it. For example, let me we are logging with a root user. So being a root user, I can perform anything here, nothing but I can modify, I can delete, I can execute, I can perform lot of operations here. But the thing is that let it be one Oracle guy or one application guy coming to the picture. These are the persons as a part of the maintenance activity, as a part of the day-to-day operations, they are stopping, starting, they are performing some of the operations. Okay, so due to that, I should not give the root privileges to him, but I need to give access to him. So what we are going to do it, whatever the user ID is there, particular user ID, we are giving the sudo privileges. Sudo privileges is one of the concept where we are giving the extra permissions. Okay, extra permission to the user. So once we give an extra permissions, the user can performs whatever he requested. So we are going to define those things into the configuration file. So let me do the practically, then only you can understand. So right now you can see that yum install all yum remove http star. So being I'm a root user, I'm able to perform the things well. But the thing is that now we are going to create user add Oracle. So I created the Oracle user. Okay. So su hyphen switch user Oracle. So right now I logged in as a Oracle. So m install http star. So being Oracle, I'm trying to do it, but you can see that what is the error here? You are not having access for the super user privilege. You are not a root user. It is stating that you are not a root user. You don't have the privileges. Means, so Oracle user is not having the access to perform the thing. So what I'm going to do it, we are going to give it some extra powers to the Oracle user. So how we are going to give extra powers? So when coming to the Linux. Okay, so we are giving the some of the privileges. Let me give the privileges. So give the password also. So right now I'm giving the some password to the user. Okay, how I'm going to do it? Chase hyphen L user details. Now I could see that the things are created. Nothing but these are the things it is showing that everything is there. Now what I'm going to do it means I'm going to create it. So privileges, for example, this is the base basically. So let me open. This is the default file where your all the information will be there. Cat etc sudo yes. So this is the by default it is existing into the server no NTP prefix. So if you can see that here, it will be consisting of lot of the information. If you can see that here, and which directory, which name, and you can see that root all to all means. So being a root user, you can perform all the type of the operation without any hesitation. So if you can see that here, there is a one more group is called wheel. So being a part of the wheel, you can perform everything, nothing but no password also needed. You can perform, okay, everything be a part of wheel. So this is active, this is not active because this is commented. Okay, if you need without password means we need to go for the uncommenting of that one. So now what I'm going to do it means let it be my Oracle user will be there. In my Oracle user, I am going to define you into one of the group. So let it be if you can see that here, the Oracle group. So presently, okay, so I'm changing the Oracle group to Oracle. What is the user ID? Oracle. So I'm just adding the user to the group wheel. So why I'm adding to the wheel? Because wheel is having all the privileges. So after I'm adding, okay, so I'm just checking whether I'm able to do that. So how you are going to do that? Su hyphen Oracle user. So earlier I got a super user. So this is my user ID. I logged in as Oracle user. So same command yum install http star. So I'm trying to install. Okay, still I'm getting the same type of privileges here. So let me, yeah. So let me try once again with a different format. So what I try to execute this one with the normal M command. Means being a normal user, this particular user is not having any access. Let me try with a different scenario, sudo as a prefix. Add a sudo to the yum install http. Now trigger, it is showing that password. Let it be give the password. Okay. So it is prompts for the password and it is able to log into the and it is saying that yes, you can able to install. So what exactly the difference is here? The previous command I triggered only the command yum install http. Being a normal user, this particular Oracle user is not having the access. But being a sudo user, he can perform anything. So that is extra power he need to understand. So what we are going to inform to the application team means, okay, so we added a user into the application team into the sudo headers file. Now you are able to perform the operations. So now the user is able to perform the operations. So coming to here, we given all nothing but we given a full-fledged permission to the particular user. For example, there is some scenarios where we can go with the set of things. For example, let it be demo user all. So instead of everything, single command only, we can giving the privileges. Let it be. So with the single command only, we can able to do the modifications. So just go to the file. Sorry. So you need to be with the root user vi. So right now, what I'm going to do it means I'm going to add my user with only one command. So for example, here one more thing also there. If you want to add a particular wheel group without a password login also means here we have one option will be there. So this is the option. It will prompt you for the password. For example, if I enable this one, automatically this user can perform without the password also. So your application team is asking without the password means you need to add it here. Your application team is asking for the password means you need to perform here. Let it be given a hash. So once I given a hash, okay, let it be what I'm going to do. It means for the particular user, so Oracle user, I'm going to define you that all means all particular user. Okay, first step we given everything he can able to perform, but it should not be exceeded slash the command slash bin slash. So we are defining one command or multiple commands also. So what I'm going to define means I'm giving the Oracle user only some set of the commands given a privileges. Okay. So sudo it is asking which user you want to be performed. Okay. Let it be I'm going with the Oracle user. So it is asking for the password. Okay, authentication, nothing but it is prompting that I don't have the access. Let me go with the sudo privileges. It is completed, nothing but it is started. Let it be, I'm going with the so if trigger yes also, here you will get a some of issues. Six authentication issues. So here some of the cases, especially into the operating system side. Okay, so when you are dealing with, so these are the files. So if you can see that here sudo is backup also will be there. So operating system is keep tracking of your backup files every day. Okay, it is by default, and your LDAP files also it is keep tracking. Okay, let it be, this is the exert the file. So this is the one of the major user administration task we are receiving into the generally. For example, if we are using the log file is that, okay, as I said you where log secure. So where log secure is related to the Linux flavor. Here we will be adding the all the type of log files. So here we can see that all the type of the log files, what are the log files will be there, when it will be there, and what is the log, everything will be captured into that into the sudo is file. So this is a one of the major component which is we are using into the operating system level. Okay, especially when you are dealing with any kind of activities, it's supposed to be go with this particular area. For example, if the user said that after logging we are getting the some error, so where I need to go through it, I need to go through it into the my log file. So what is the log file? The log file will be consisting of this information. It will be having all the information of the file where it will be go with the proper authentication. What exactly the happen, when it is a happen, everything I can go through it and I can perform accordingly. So this is the one of the major component which is going to be monitored. So usually some of the cases, some of the organizations, still if you are facing the any issue means we will be having the user call, otherwise like an active directory team will be there, or user management team. Some of the companies user management team will be separate team. It is existed. You need to take the permissions, otherwise you need to do the activity from there end also. Okay, so there is a lot of the cases people will be work around here and there. You have to be take approvals. So general practice is that whenever the application team will come up with any kind of request, so make sure that you need to have an approval mail, because we should not allow and we should not deny any user into the production, because knowingly unknowingly if we give an access mail, that going to be very problematic. And moreover, every auditing time, they are going to ask the number of questions. If you got into the auditing time, there is a chances of losing the job also. So that is the reason, make sure that when you people are performing any kind of activity, it's supposed to be have a proper approval, whether the mail approval or you are informed to the manager also, someone is asking to remove it, someone is asking to add it. Okay, so based on the request, you have to be move upon. So this is all about how the work will be there and the nature of the work. Any doubts? Any doubts, Naya? Both process. Rohit, Kiran, Santosh, Nago.
Yes, Pavan, understood.
Yeah.
Get in. Any doubts?
No, no.
Okay. So you understand, right? What is the purpose of both of them?
Yes.
Kiran, మీకు అర్థమైందా? Okay, sure. So these are the one of the components, and there is a few more components will be there. Okay, so there is some miscellaneous things will be there. I need to cover up. Okay, so this is I need some full-fledged session, cron and all. Okay, so this we can cover up tomorrow. Okay, because I unnecessarily it will going to be hurt into the middle of the situation. Okay,
Mm.
so tomorrow class we are going to discuss about the cron, and there is a kind of the automation work also we are going to do it, and the booting level changes also we can do it. For example, boot level. So right now we are running on version nothing but 5. So how you can make it is, so at the time of what is the hardening, why we are changing the things, everything we can able to perform in it into the tomorrow session. Okay, so tomorrow we can connect at the same time. Please be practice. Yeah, చెప్పండి ఏదో
Pavan,
చెప్తున్నారు.
what about this networking part? Means IP management experience. That
Yeah,
topics are not in nodes section, I think.
that will I am going to add it. See
Okay.
that there is some commands I already seems to be explained. Let me come up with a document. Okay,
Sure.
so like a TCP dump or netstat and if configuration. So those information I will bring. Okay, I will add it.
Okay.
Okay, and there is a one more thing you asked about AWS disk, how you are going to add it. Okay,
Yes.
that is also, these are the two. I noted down already.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So please be practice. Make sure that practice will be there. If not, you will forget the subject. Okay,
Hmm.
thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you.